Hey everybody, this is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, and this is episode number 82. I'm very excited about this week's episode because number one, it's the episode before the freeze of 2025, which is going to be next week. And I have two special guests. One is a returning guest, and the one in the second segment is going to be a first-time guest on the podcast. But I always start out my podcast by saying that if you are a real estate agent or a vendor and you operate in the Fort Bend County area and you want to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com, and we'll get you on the calendar. Also, I always have to thank pretty much everybody that I work with, Jennifer Smitis, the area president, Caitlin Cornick, Devin Devin, Kate Cannon in Richmond, and all the support staff, processors, assistants that we have here in the Sugar Land and Richmond office. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do this podcast every week. So let's get episode number 81 started. This, everybody knows Tam Tran, okay? So if you've been to any of my events, you've been to any of my classes, you know who I am, you know who this is. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello to everyone. Thank you, Kevin, for having me here today.
Of course.
My name is Tam Tran, and I am work from TL Global, the owner of financing company.
Yeah. So let's start off by telling everybody a little bit about when you say owner financing, what does that mean?
The owner financing, we specialize in helping those clients who cannot qualify the loan because of any reason, the low credit, no credit, the cannot qualify for the income tax, like no social, IT number, even the foreign national, we can help, that the client, they cannot qualify for the loan.
Yeah.
And we can help them. We don't check any documentation, and just only the down payment, because we believe the down payment, if they have the down payment, they can become to the home ownership. Yes.
So basically, if you are looking to purchase a home and for whatever reason you can't qualify through traditional mortgage means, she has an option for you. And when we say owner financing, that means that the person that actually owns the property is the one that's going to finance it to your client. Is that correct?
Yeah, actually, we have the powerful credit investor, and they can budget the home for the home buyer choice. Okay. Even the brand new home, resale home, brand new home, and they buy the home, and they can turn around to owner finance it back to them.
Back to them. Okay.
Yes.
And so, what is typically the down payment?
The down payment, the common down payment is about 20%.
20%.
Yes.
So you don't have to have, a 600 or 700 credit score. You don't have to have years of work history. You just have to have some cash in your pocket, basically.
That's correct. Yes.
You can pay the down payment, and you can get into. Now, once I've purchased my home through owner financing means through your client, the owner, what happens next? Do I eventually end up owning the house?
Yes, yeah. Actually, the first, the investor qualify the loan, and they can buy that home for them, But later, and we can transfer the deed to the home, new home buyer.
Yeah, they got the person that bought
yes,
it. Yeah.
And we record that to county courthouse, which means, they own that property, and they can do, the tax exemption. They can have the tax deduction the end of the year like the traditional way. And also the beautiful in this program, beside of the deed, they under the deed of their name, and we can help them to build up their credit.
Yeah.
And by the time their credit good enough, they can refinance with no repayment penalty.
There you go.
Yes.
So how long typically is it between the time that the investor purchases the house, Mr. and Mrs. Smith buy the house and owner finance it from him? How long are they usually in the house before they turn around and then purchase it themselves? They end up buying it from the investor.
Actually, and they choose the house, investor jump in to apply the loan to buy the home for them, and that the process it take about 30 to 45 days to close.
Okay.
Yeah, that
But
the same like traditional way. Yeah.
But my question is so if you're the investor, you own the house,
Yes.
and I buy it from you through owner financing. How long am I in the house before I have to then refinance it to be in my name?
Okay. Yes. Anytime your credit good enough to be refinance to qualify with traditional way.
Okay.
Yes.
And while I'm living in the house and purchasing it from the investor, am I paying my monthly mortgage payment to them?
No, we have the no servicing company to set up to make sure and their money will be pay to the lender. Okay, not go to the investor. Investor just like apply the loan to buy that home for them. They not do any paperwork.
I see. Okay, so the investor purchases the home, but he's also getting a mortgage from a bank.
Yes.
And so the person that moves in that pays the owner financing, that goes to that bank as well. So the owner, he's paying the owner's mortgage while he's living there.
Yes. Actually, like I would love to invite the agent, and who would, who like this option for the client, and we have the expert. They show them more detail of the program, step by step. That's you understand better, and you can assist your client better way.
Okay, and what from a real estate agent's perspective, not the nuts and bolts of the program, but what is the benefit to a real estate agent for wanting to have a relationship with you for their business? Okay. How does it grow their business? How does it help them?
Okay, how they help them, we always, like ask how they can help those clients who cannot qualify the loan, right? Then that's, and they cannot do anything. They cannot make any, benefit from there, right? We jump in, with this program, we can help them, to help their client to buy the home, which means, and they can help the client to buy the home. That's the benefit for them. And also after, and they, for a while, they need to refinance. They might be ask the realtor, who the good lender, and they can refinance, that make the agent and the home buyer more relationship.
Yes. Okay. So your program actually opens up a larger pool of possible clients for the agent, because now they can work with people that wouldn't traditionally qualify for a traditional loan.
Yes.
Sometimes that's hard to explain to people, because I had an agent come in the office that saw the marketing flyer for one of your classes, and she didn't understand. And she came into the office and asked me, what's the benefit? What I just asked you. And I said the same thing to her, and she just looked at me, and I'm like, I said, you know what? Here's Tam Tran's phone number. Call Tam Tran, let Tam Tran explain to you, because obviously I'm not doing a good of a job. But, okay, so so you work for TL Global. You're not a real estate agent.
I'm not a real estate agent. I like individual, and work, to bring, that program to every, agent out there or the home buyer, to help them, and to build up their clientele. Either they don't have the qualify from the traditional way.
Right. Okay. So since you're not an agent, you're basically a rep for TL Global, a salesperson like me.
Yes.
Other than coming and hanging out with me and doing a podcast, what else do you do to generate business for your company? For that, how I can generate more, they know more about the owner financing for this company. On the social media really work well for me. She's on social media everywhere. Yeah.
And also, like the networking, especially with Kevin, in here, every month we have the recharge real estate. And I go to another networking, and, keep constantly, to me, keep constantly, and to show, out there and have to explain the program to the agent or the home buyer who need, and to understand more about the program. Yeah, that's
And
what
then you also do a class with me once a quarter, once every 3 months.
Yes.
At one of either my Sugar Land or my Richmond office, to where I help you invite agents to the class, and you and Kevin, the other guy that works with you guys do a presentation on the whole program.
Yes.
And then when the agent leaves the class, they're able to register and be part of the program. They get signage, they get all kinds of stuff.
Yes. And either after that, and sometimes they forget about it, they feel free to call me, contact me, to ask any question. And we always there, to walk them through step by step with their client.
Yeah, she's always available. I mean, every time I call Tam Tran, she picks up the phone. So unless she's, in Vietnam. Now that's, 17,000 miles away. So she might not answer then. But so what are some things that you might do in the future, at least in 2025, that you're not doing right now to market your business?
I believe, I do the same thing what I did because I think that really worked for me.
Okay.
Yeah, and the networking is very work well, the social media, and I continue to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
She sponsors a lot of my classes and does a lot of my events. What about doing some more video? She's camera shy.
Yes, thank you, Kevin. The first beginning, I really nervous, the fun of the camera. But now, with the Kevin, I feel more confident.
Yeah, when I first met her, she wouldn't even come in a room full of people, and now you can put her on a podcast. You can put her in front of a camera. I've even had her speak in front of 75 agents before. She was nervous, but she got through it. So, how does everybody get a hold of you?
How?
Yeah, how do they get a hold of you?
They know me.
No, what's your phone number?
My phone number, okay. They can know me. My phone number is Tam Tran, it's 281-793-4826. And feel free to contact me anytime. If I cannot answer the phone, leave me the message. I will call you back as soon as possible.
Now, I do want to bring something up, and I'm not bringing this up to embarrass her. I'm bringing this up because it's a fact. You're not from the United States. Where are you from?
Vietnam.
And so you speak Vietnamese, right?
Yes.
So you want to tell our Vietnamese viewers something in Vietnamese, real quick?
Yes. Tôi tên là Tam Tran. Số phone là 281-793-4628. Tôi có thể help bạn buy the house, mua nhà mà không cần check credit, không cần check income, không có check cái bank statement. Bạn chỉ cần có tiền mặt, tiền trong băng thì mình có thể help bạn mua nhà. 20% down.
We're good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you're a real estate agent in pretty much anywhere in the city of Houston, and you have clients that for whatever reason cannot get approved through traditional means, you need to contact Tam Tran, okay? She has an alternative way to get your clients approved for loans to buy houses, correct?
Correct, yes.
Give me your phone number one more time.
Tam Tran, 281-793-4826.
You guys will be seeing her all throughout the rest of the year at my events, so give her a chance. Give her a call. Thanks, Tam, for being on the podcast again. We'll be right back with segment number 2 of episode number 82 of Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. I'm back. This is Kevin, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. This is episode number 82, and we're in segment number 2. In the first segment, you guys heard from Tam Tran from TL Global. She has an awesome alternative financing program for your agents, for your clients out there, for your real estate agents. My second guest on the episode today is a real estate agent. I'm going to call him Jeff, and he can introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Jeff Trinh, and I'm with Lone Star Realty, and I've been in the business for 3 years.
Awesome. And so tell everybody, if you've only been in the business for 3 years, what were you doing before you became an agent?
That's a good question. Before I became an agent, I was in the building business. I was a project manager for a construction company, and also I then had my own company, and I do remodeling. And with that in mind, I have a lot of experience and diverse experience in just be able to represent a client, walk into homes and giving them ideas and what they should see, they should know before they make a informative decision before they buy the house.
About that specific property.
Yep.
Awesome. And so if you were doing that before you became an agent, why did you decide to become a real estate agent?
Because I'm also an owner investor myself.
Okay.
And also I like to help my clients not know what they're buying, because some of them they don't have the keen eye to see the business. I mean the house from whether it could be turned upside down, inside out, stuff like that the buyer or the seller would seek for someone that has some experience in the home construction, remodeling. That way, either if I represent the buyer, I can, hey, buyer, this is what you're going to get from your house, and this is going to maybe how much it costs for you to fix. Or from the seller standpoint, sir, we've got to make it more presentable so that it'll be more attractive. That way, you can have more value for your property.
Right. Okay. And so you were in the builder, now you're an investor as well. Now you're a real estate agent. So after 3 years, do you think that you made the right decision becoming a real estate agent?
Yes, I believe so, because at one point in time, I didn't have the focus to sit down and get my license until I realized it's important to get educated and have a license. And also network with Kevin and Tam Tran, which we had in the previous segment, that you connect with each other. That helps us to improve and help one another to succeed. And that all is to pinpoint is to help our clients. And clients to me is very important. And I believe in customer service, customer satisfaction, and making their dream come true.
Yeah, and someone like yourself that is as well-rounded as you are, from the building background and also an investor and now an agent, you have a lot more to offer than a typical real estate agent does to your clients.
True.
Because you are a lot more educated and you can tell them more about what it is that they're thinking about spending
That's
$300,000,
correct.
$400,000, $500,000, $700,000 on, or even more. So that's very important for you guys to understand out there. Jeff is not just a real estate agent. He can help you many different ways because he's actually done it, and you're doing it right now.
Yes, I'm very proactive.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
And I walk with my clients and I show that this is, okay, you got a crack in the wall, you cracked in the ceilings. Let's put a level in the window to see if it's shifting. It's just little things like that. I'm not going to help you fix that, but it can give you an idea so you can be able to make a decision if this is something you want to invest and you want to pursue.
Yeah. So, what kind of agent do you consider yourself? Are you like a listing agent, buying agent? What?
At this time, I'm more like a buying agent, because I've get contact with phone calls and people that know and refer me. But I still want to be able to work with Kevin and get my social media up and get myself socially active. Not a strong point yet, but we're going to work on that. Yes.
Yeah, we were in the middle of doing that, and then he went and threw his back out.
Yep, I was helping remodeling my mom's house.
So, but he's walking straight now. So, so tell everybody, if you're a buying agent, you pretty much will help anybody anywhere that wants to buy anywhere in the city. But what part of town would you say you specialize in?
As of now, I really don't have a preference. Wherever my clients that are in need of help. Whether Southwest, Northwest, sometimes I have to go to Austin, San Antonio. I have friends and family that are there, and they want some expertise or some advice. And I'll go on a long trip just to help give them that advice so they can make informed decision. Because once they buy the property, that's it, and that's going to be their dream house. I want to help them, reassure them that's the investment they're going to make. So I would also extend that service to any buyer or seller that would like to seek for professional advice. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. You've been an agent for 3 years. You actually went right through COVID. So how do you see the market right now, and how do you think it's going to be in 2025?
Wow, that's a good question. It's unstable sometime, and sometimes it's stable. We just have to move forward and pray that our economy is going to grow. And we do have a new presidency, and we just got to wait and see how the market's going to be.
You gotta
be careful.
You got to put your head down and just keep going forward.
Yep.
But there's some things that I think are, people complain all the time. Interest rates are too high. Interest rates are not too high.
Correct.
Okay, the house that myself and Wynn are in, I bought in 2004 at 12%. We're at 6.5 to 7 right now. Okay, interest rates are not too high. The problem is insurance.
For the property.
Okay, for the property.
Yes.
That's what's killing deals right now,
Correct.
because insurance is more than double in a lot of places. Now we got hurricanes in North Carolina. No one can help those people, and now California's on fire. The insurance companies they're bailing out everywhere, which is all that's going to do is continue to raise rates for insurance rates. What is your opinion about that?
I think you're correct about the insurance. So with that in mind, I do advise my client, if this is the property that you want to buy or you sell, go ahead and do it right now, because if you don't, then you don't have the chances to buy that property that you love. Then later, once the interest rate normalizes or gets better, then they can refinance that or have someone else to help with that part, and knowing that you already got the property that you love.
Yeah, when someone asks me when's a good time to buy, when you're ready.
Yeah, when they're ready.
When you're ready, just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Because if this number is not if you're not comfortable with this number, you're not going to be comfortable with this number in 3 or 5 years, even though you're now comfortable with this one. When one thing changes, something else changes. So just buy the house you want, like you said, and figure it out a way to get through it. It's just the way it is, because as long as I've been in my house, I can remember when insurance was cost
all-time high.
I was like, $600 for the entire year. That's no problem. Now it's 3 times that.
Yep.
So it's just, is insurance going to come down sometime in the future? Of course it will. Is it going to go all the way back down to where you want it to be? No. It's not realistic. Are we going to get back to interest rates of 2.5% and 3%? No, I don't think we ever will. I think that was an anomaly. Okay, but that doesn't mean that it's impossible to buy a house. It's just like if you don't have the credit for it, then you call Tam Tran.
Yes.
There's a way to do it. Just figure it out.
Correct. That's correct.
And you have relationships with vendors that can help people like Tam Tran, like myself, that if someone comes to you and says, hey, I'd like to buy a house, but I don't have the credit for it yet, or I don't have the down payment or whatever, you know people that can help them get purchase property ready.
Correct.
And when people come to you, if they give you that story, if they have that kind of a situation, how do you handle that? What do you say?
Well, I have an option. I can find a way. I have a person that maybe can help you and see if you qualified, and give Tam and I do work with Tam for those type of special non-traditional mortgage situation. Correct.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a way. There's a way. There's a will. And if she can't help, then I'm pretty sure we have other options that we can help her. Yes.
Yeah. Tam and I know a couple other mortgage companies that they have pretty much every loan you can think of. They're not what Tam does. You still have to provide paperwork and credit, but you can buy a house right now with no money down.
Yep.
If you got the right credit, you're in the right situation.
Correct.
Which, in my personal opinion, is not a good idea, because now your house payment is 3 times what it should be. But everybody's different.
Yep. Yep.
You mentioned social media earlier. You've been around for 3 years. What do you do to get leads now?
Actually, I'm just easygoing. I'm very interactive with everybody. Like go to Kroger, Randall, HEB. Hey, how are you doing? You know, just walk up to them.
Just meet people.
And just meet people. I see them open up the door and they're rolling the wheelchair in, yada yada. I give them a hand. Oh, by the way, here's my card.
Yeah.
When you need, oh yeah, absolutely. A few months later, hey, call me. I'm the fellow who you help open the door. And is there a way you can help me with these properties? And I'm just easygoing and just easy to meet people, not afraid of meeting anybody. And I love to meet you.
So, what are some of the things that you want to do this year or in the future to grow your business even more?
I want to get back on, social media so that I have all other alternatives besides meeting people, doing cold sell, and be able to just have social media that people know me and they can network very fast, because with social media, they just spread by one group to another group and it just gets massive. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
I'm just not that savvy tech yet. But that's one of my goals, is just to pursue and create a social media basis.
Do you have social media pages right now?
I am working on it with Kevin. It just takes some time because it's a little bit nerve-wracking to get all the details together, my goals, the name of the companies, and yada yada. And you want to make it solid where a client, anybody can just look, oh, well, he's legit, he's professional, he's clean, he's not like scammers, stuff like that.
Right.
Yes.
You got to create a brand for yourself.
Correct. That's
that
correct.
people can recognize. So when they see your brand, they know exactly who you are.
Correct.
And once you have that, then you plaster that all over social media.
That's correct.
You do what Tam Tran is going to start doing, which is creating a lot of video.
Okay.
And, I'm not sure he's he's not camera shy.
No. I love cameras. I love
Yeah.
people. No problem.
But you have to become the expert.
Yep.
You know, I mean, how many different agents are there out in the city of Houston surrounding area?
No.
Thousands. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you don't do something to differentiate yourself from them, how many competitors do you have?
Yeah.
Thousands.
Thousands of competitors. Yep.
Who can survive with thousands of competitors?
Correct.
You know, so do you have a website?
I have a company's website, but
Okay.
not my personal website.
Is it your brokerage?
It's my
And
brokerage.
who's the brokerage?
I'm with Lone Star Realty
Okay.
right now.
And where's Lone Star Realty located?
They're located in the A-Leaf
A-Leaf?
of Houston, part of town.
Okay.
Okay.
And have you been with Lone Star the whole time you've been an agent?
Yes, I have. He gives me a little freedom to make my decisions and to choose, because he knows that every agent has different clientele. That way they can represent them the right way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before we tell everybody how to get a hold of you, why don't you give our fellow, where are you from? I can't remember.
I'm from Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talk to your friends in Vietnamese.
Xin kính chào quý vị và chúc mừng năm mới. Tên là Jeff tên tiếng Việt là Nhân. Nếu mà bạn mà có cần sự giúp đỡ mà về buôn bán nhà cửa, thì cho Nhân một cơ hội để giúp và hướng dẫn quý vị để làm bất cứ những việc gì về địa ốc nha. Phone number.
Sure.
Số điện thoại của Nhân là 281 250 4334 281 250 4334. Nếu mà không có bắt điện thoại, cái việc xin nhắn tin, nhưng chắc chắn sẽ gọi lại và sẽ giúp cho bạn về bất cứ những việc gì buôn bán địa ốc nhé. Cảm ơn.
Now, give everybody your phone number in English.
Again, I'm Jeff with Lone Star Realty, and it's been a pleasure being on Kevin's broadcast today, and also with Tam Tran with the Global Network.
TL Global.
TL Global.
TL Global.
TL Global.
Yeah.
I can be reached at 281-250-4334. Again, 281-250-4334. Anything with real estate that I can buy and sell, I'll be more than happy to serve you.
And remember, he's an experienced real estate investor, and he knows how to build homes. So there's
correct.
a lot more that he can help you with than just finding the address on the map.
Correct. That's correct.
Give me your phone number one more time.
Again, 281-250-4334, and we love to hear from you.
Okay, guys, this has been episode 82 of my podcast, Kevin's Corner Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. I want to thank Tam Tran and Jeff from Lone Star Realty for being guests on the podcast today. Like I always say, if you're a real estate agent or a vendor in the Fort Bend County area and you want to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527. And again, thank you to Jennifer Smitis, Caitlin Cornick, Devin, Kate Cannon, and everybody that I work with. Podcast would not be possible without you guys. If you are seeing this podcast before the big freeze of 2025, stay warm. And if you are looking for title services in the Fort Bend County area and you don't use Stewart Title, shame on you. You will be hearing from me. You guys have a great weekend. Stay warm. Bye-bye now.
Good deal.